following podcast is recorded and produced by Emerge, a media creators co-op, in affiliation with the network at bicbp-radio.com.
Welcome back to the Zack podcast. I'm very surprised. We're actually filming an episode this week. But I'm your host, Zack Maranto. Joining me is my co-host, Zach Cease, who's currently sneezing.
Sorry.
And, of course, we don't have a guest, so my dad's back helping us out with guest/tech work again.
Yeah, I'm here again.
We're gonna have to change the joke to welcome back for the first time to you instead of Mashi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Mashi doesn't even show up anymore, so.
He's a college man.
Yeah.
College man.
Busy dude.
You know us. We're the most inconsistent podcast in the world. Don't really have
the best, most inconsistent
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
in the
there we
world.
go.
I mean, we're great, but we're just, inconsistent.
I don't know if we have metrics to judge that, but we're just going to go with
We
it.
don't make it feel like a chore to listen to the podcast.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's-
Right.
We're just,
No pressure.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
they
just-
recorded again. I got to drop everything and go out and sit down.
You got a good 2-3
It's like these streaming shows that I have to watch every week. It's a lot of pressure on me.
They've been good so recently.
I'm telling you, well,
Real good.
I got another good. Ted
can
Lasso's
we
coming up
just say
too.
that Wednesday, what's today, whatever today is. Yesterday was Wednesday,
Yeah.
and Mando and Bad Batch, that was probably the best day of Star Wars in years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They-
Two
they
amazing
basically-
things by Star Wars.
They basically decided Mando's coming out, so we want people to actually watch Bad Batch, and then they made a ridiculously good episode to come out the same day as Mando, so people would actually go and watch Bad Batch. They would hear for people that watch it, they would say how good it is, and people would actually go and watch it. So
For sure.
but
Dude, I got a little, ooh, hey, that's my tattoo. And then the Mando. I was
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Oh, yeah,
That's
that's, that's pretty funny. So.
That's
Yeah,
cool,
so-
though.
Cool.
Seeing how the kids get the helmets
Yep.
and stuff. That's
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
The Last of Us still. Show of the year, though.
See, originally when I first saw that scene, I thought that was him as a kid.
that's what I thought for a second.
There was
too.
a nice misdirection,
Yeah.
and apparently you don't have to get a
I don't
haircut
think it's the same
before
actor.
because his hair was really long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah. I don't know.
if you have to wear your helmet all the time, how you get a haircut,
Yeah.
Do
right?
not wash your face.
I don't know. Like, you think it just all fall out then, right?
I don't know.
It's weird.
We were talking about this before you got here.
Oh.
How did what is the how do they eat? What's the protocol for eating and stuff? And when you remember too.
These are important questions,
when
right?
you're taking a
Yeah.
shit, you just have to have the helmet on when you
well,
take a
that
shit.
you don't need to take
But
your helmet off to take
but
a
it's just-
shit. But
It's
I
just
mean,
weird though. Imagine you're just
Well,
sitting
in
there
that one
in the boat with the
episode,
fucking
remember that one
helmet on.
episode where he was in the thing, and then there was the walker and the chicken
Yeah.
walker, and that remember he was in the hut and he took his helmet off and he ate by himself. So you obviously can take your helmet off to eat,
Right.
and
Probably cut your own hair.
so.
Yeah.
All right.
Just get scissors and.
Hey, Master Chief took his up helmet off all the friggin' time.
Fuck Halo.
Joe fucking sucks. It had its moments, but fuck.
It was good when it was out, and then you're just
Yeah.
now
You
it's
think
over.
you think
Maybe
back
it's
to
finished,
it, you're
not
like,
that good.
I would say it was good. I'm like, it does a job.
Yeah.
That's best that I would.
I don't.
rate it.
I'm like, I can't wait for season 2 though.
Yeah.
And I didn't play the game, but I wasn't
Yeah.
It wasn't even just even as a standalone thing, it wasn't so amazing. Even as a standalone
Right.
thing, if it wasn't a video game,
It was better than most video game shows.
okay.
But The Last
But that's
of Us
not-
is just.
Last of Us is just shitting on anything ever video
Oh, for
game
sure.
made
Yeah.
into TV or movie.
Oh,
It's not even
without
close.
a doubt. Yeah. Without
I
a
mean-
doubt. That's appointment TV right there.
Yeah, I mean that's what happens when you give HBO the command because
Yeah, well, they're
everything
just good at
HBO
everything,
touches turns to gold. So
For real.
they have the best people in charge. I mean, who would have thought you put the guy that made Chernobyl or directed Chernobyl, and then you just put the guy who made the video game, and what a surprise! You may get a great show. You actually use the guy from the game, and you get a good show.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Genius.
Real good.
Revolutionary idea.
Did you like the most recent episode?
Yes.
Me too.
Cool. It's funny because so we have Zach's brother is played that game a lot. So and he gets all excited and everything.
fucking
And,
3
but he because he kind of knew the game well enough that when the week before he said, okay, a lot of people are going to think this is like a throwaway episode or an off episode. It's like, no, this is the other. This is from the game
It was
too.
the DLC technically,
Yeah.
downloadable content for the non.
So what he said is that, and if people are, whatever, but it was really, he kind of knew what it was going to be, and he, it wasn't exactly what he kind of anticipated, but I thought they did a really good job, like, from a character development standpoint, and I'm a character-driven guy, like when it comes to TV shows. So I like these episodes because I think these episodes are important so we understand the backstory for these characters. Like, we shouldn't just always find out stuff within the context. And I thought it was incredible. I thought, and I think, like, it's funny because I felt like everything about the mall, from someone who grew up in the 80s and went to malls, like, I felt they really did a great job making it feel like teenagers going to a mall. Like that feel of teenagers going to the mall was like really prevalent, and a lot of people didn't like that Head Enough Action, but I was very impressed with that episode. But I'm impressed with every episode. I haven't disappointed in anything.
Well, I mean, obviously there's people like, I don't think she was gay in the game. It's like
she was gay in the game.
The one
fuck even cares.
It's like one. Why do you care? Like, if you really care, like, I know we don't get too political on here, but like I don't know why.
That's not even political.
Yeah.
Just like, dude,
just if you care, like, just come on, just stop.
But
and two, it's like she literally had a girlfriend in one of the games.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's. I mean, and clearly,
I'm pretty sure from what I know that she has a girlfriend in the game.
Yeah, I don't think it's this the first.
It's
game,
not.
But like
but I think on the second level or the second game.
Second game, I think she.
I think there's a girl that we've already kind of seen, like, I'm across the street or something.
Yeah.
Like, there was a note when she went to the village, Jackson Town or whatever it's called. I think there's
spoilers. If I guess I don't know.
You know what? If it bothers you, don't watch it.
Well, don't watch the podcast.
Like, if I don't like some guy and he owns a restaurant, guess what I don't have to do?
Go to the restaurant.
I don't have to eat at his restaurant, right?
It's a problem. It's a problem. Like, okay.
If I don't like somebody, if I don't like some political something in some state, guess what I won't do? I won't visit to that state. Like, I can make my feelings known with my dollars, my hard-earned American money, man. Like, right?
Yeah.
Like, it just don't watch it.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
Right. If it bothers you that much, just don't watch it.
Yeah.
Moral of the story.
Twitter fingers.
Go play the game. go to GameStop, buy the game, and just play the game and watch the cutscenes and and live in your shell. So.
But
touch grass.
Speaking of that,
grass.
it's drink of the week time.
Yeah, it is drink of the week time.
That's terrible.
I can't believe you just stole my intro.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But so we have we'll put it under the camera. I have it ready this time. It's a Carlsberg Pilsner. Danish Pilsner, I should say.
When I read
It's a Danish Pilsner.
I have had this.
There's some great. I know you've talked about going to Denmark.
Yeah.
And there's Carlsberg's like they're kind of big. Like it's their Anheuser-Busch. They have a lot of different beers, and like Carlsberg Elephant beer is a really good one, for example.
So I had this
Elephant beer, yeah.
To be honest, I have a 6-pack of these at home. I had one at home, and it didn't taste as good as the one I had in Europe. I don't know if it's because vacation. This could taste a little bit better.
Everything tastes better.
Bottle.
Yeah, it's a green bottle.
You didn't like the last green bottle.
I didn't, but
recall.
I know I like.
Oh, that's an interesting thing. I wonder if it's got the bottle has something to do with it.
Yeah,
Heineken's are
too
terrible.
much.
Heineken sucks. Yeah.
Who drink? Why does it taste so bad?
I don't know.
Oh.
Also,
we're watching the Champions League final. We got them.
Yeah.
Whew. The worst beer I ever drank.
Yeah.
Did you feel like you should drink it because it was the sponsor of the championship?
Okay.
Well, you learned from your mistakes.
Pick up some
Heine Light's okay, but regular Heineken's is terrible.
But as a message on it, it says probably the best beer in the world. Probably not.
Probably
is the best
not
beer
true.
In the world. It's probably not true, and I can tell you, I've had it before. It's definitely not true.
Okay.
But either ways, we'll get her.
Let's find out.
Get her cracked open. We'll see if it tastes a little bit better today. Maybe I had it on an off day. Just spilled a little bit of a drop.
Oh my lord!
But should have bit it with your teeth.
I'm not built like that. Here we go. Yeah, I mean, it's better than what I had the other day, honestly. This is, as far as just beers go, it's just a solid beer. It's not the best beer in the world, but it's a good beer.
Solid.
So where we? I know our scores are all over the place, but
yeah, I don't really know. I don't like if you're asking what my like when you watch Dave Portnoy, he has it's there's minimal flop, there's a crispy bottom or whatever, a crispy gold bottom.
Let's not get carried away.
Yeah, he has a rating system and how he rates it.
How does this compare to Mickey Ultra?
I mean,
Mickey Ultras.
Mickey's is a great beer. Like it's you know.
Is it better than Mickey Ultra?
Yeah. So I don't think so.
Is it better than Bat Blue?
Yeah, where's it ranked
See,
on like an Americanized?
On American, this is how I go American. I think Blue Light's Canadian, but Blue Light I think is the best light beer in my opinion. Just for your standard basic light beers, I think Blue Light's the best. Mickey's second, and then I think third if we're comparing it. I think it's on a relatively similar level as Miller.
Okay.
Where's Bud Light?
Bud Light's fucking
Bud
down
Light's-
there. Like, go a
Bud
few
Light's
steps down.
Dasani, man. I'm sorry. I can't believe people drink Bud Light.
Dude, that's not Budweiser.
No.
Budweiser is Dasani.
Anytime I drink Bud Light or Budweiser, I have a headache the next day.
Really?
It
Yeah, so I
always
would say
gives me
if
a
this
headache.
was an American beer, it'd be like top 5 beers.
Okay.
In terms of light beers, we're going off
I'm
of.
a Coors guy. Huh?
Yeah. So
So it's better
don't-
than most. It's not better than some of those, but it's in that
Yeah.
neighborhood.
right,
Okay.
I would.
It's
So
a
like, if
solid
it's-
8.2.
It's I can't remember what I rated Miller. I think Miller got like a high 7.8. If I didn't give it that, I would re-rate Miller to be like a high 7.8 and put Carlsberg at about a 7. Anywhere, honestly, I think it just depends on the day. Because when I had it at home, I'm like,
This is true. So
I had
is
it
this
at home
a
for one
sitting
day.
around drinking beer? Is this a party beer? Is this a beer you have with pizza and wings?
I think this is like a
What's-
good beer to have with dinner, or just like if you're just sitting around watching a football game, like it's a good beer to have like during a football game.
So you're having nachos.
It's
and
more of a
chips.
casual, like just kind of like having a good time beer. I wouldn't want to drink these like on a night out
It's
or
like
anything.
a cookout kind of beer.
Yeah, it's like a cookout
Ooh,
beer.
there you go.
almost.
That's a good. That's okay.
Like if you replace these with Blue Light, I'd be like, okay, like I'd rather have a Blue Light, but like it's a good
Right.
Yeah.
different option.
Okay.
It's to mix it up a little bit. It's a nice option to mix it up a little bit, I would
Okay.
say. So I'm gonna give the official rating. We'll go.
So Carlsberg,
8-1.
if you're interested in sponsoring a podcast, please call us right
We
away.
say this whenever
Yeah.
we try.
Hey, I got to make some money, man.
It's funny because FC Copenhagen, it's actually their sponsor. on
Oh,
their jersey.
there you go.
Isn't that
I have their jersey.
I think Liverpool.
I
has
have an
Liverpool
FC
too.
Copenhagen
You
jersey.
do have FC Copenhagen jersey.
In honor of having been to Copenhagen.
Yeah.
Copenhagen. I like to say it like that. I don't think it really sounds like that, but I like to say it that
See,
way.
the other thing I was talking about with, I can't remember who I was saying it to, but I made it clear that I want to go to the Festival of Lights in Prague at some point.
Oh, that's
But
cool.
the problem is it's in October, so it's like the same time of the year the season starts. So as long as I'm working an NHL job, it's like
Dude, Oktoberfest and the festival.
well, Oktoberfest is in September. It
I
starts
want
in
to go.
September.
I want to go back to Dortmund for the Christmas thing.
What Christmas?
They have like a Christmas bazaar in that plaza.
Oh.
What?
That big plaza, like where we guys were when you guys were there.
Yeah.
There's like that big square plaza. There was that one. We went to that one
Yeah.
pub that was outside, but in the wintertime, like December, that is all like Christmas shops, like wooden like Christmas stuff. I guess it's really cool. Like I want to definitely go back at Christmas time.
Yeah.
Dude, I just love the way that Europe's set up.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
It's just like.
So cool.
I'm obviously like the United States has a lot of diversity and stuff, and it's really like obviously it's great or whatever. But I just love that Europe, like you can be in France and then you drive 3 hours. You take a 3-hour train to the east or not
East,
yeah to the east, and you're in a country with completely different culture.
right?
Like it's just so so cool.
It's not
and
even that for me. It's just like when we were in Dortmund, like here's the like town square.
Yeah.
And then it's like the city.
Oh, the way cities are set up is
and then
really
it's like
nice
a
too.
trolley
Yeah.
goes all the way around it,
Right.
and then it's all the neighborhoods. It's
Yeah.
like a big circle, like a pie. Like I don't know, I love
Well,
it.
it's funny because now I've been to a bunch of major cities in Europe: Paris, London, Berlin, and I like Berlin's okay, but Paris is
Berlin's
okay.
okay.
I
I like
love
Paris.
London. I would live in London. But after that though, like I like all the smaller cities more. I love Lyon.
Yeah.
I love Reykjavik. I love Dortmund. What?
Were you in Moomster?
No, I don't think.
No.
I
I liked
no.
Moomster.
Moomster-
was cool,
No,
though.
I never made it to the
Cologne
other
was
ones.
my favorite.
I
city
think
to
those
visit.
smaller cities offer so much more walkability.
Yeah.
Like you don't have
It's
to be
less
on the train
crowded.
everywhere. And Paris was like, because Zack and I obviously we were in Lyon, and I got to say, like, Lyon is what I thought Paris was going to be like.
Yeah.
Like Lyon to me is,
Just less
this
busy.
is what I think a French city should be like.
Yeah.
Paris was like, oh God, there's there's Americans. Let's go get some Coors Light. Like I just kind of like felt like I was in like Disney World, like I was in Epcot. I didn't feel like. I mean, I'm not. And there were some really cool things in Paris. Don't get me wrong, Paris. The museums, but it was so commercial.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw some really cool stuff in Paris, but at the same time, I enjoyed Lyon so much more.
Yeah.
Lyon's on the water, isn't it?
No,
It's not.
Is
No,
there like
it's-
a river going through it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
the same river that goes everywhere. But Lyon's kind of in the middle, and the reason Christian picked Lyon because it's the place all the French people go for their vacation. If they're not going to the shore, like on the Mediterranean, they go to Lyon for their vacation.
Yeah.
And so it's like kind of where they choose to go.
When we went to like a Louis Vuitton store at one point too. Like
Yeah.
and I was like, there's nothing in here that like for the amount of money I'd be paying, I'm gonna buy.
Probably be cheaper than American.
It is cheaper because I believe Louis Vuitton.
Well, your
is a
cousin
French
wanted
company.
us to look for some purse or
it
something,
wasn't
and
in there.
didn't even have it.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, if they have like a nice bag or something, like a nice shirt, like I'll do that. But I was like, they didn't have any of that.
It was
for
definitely
me.
geared more for women, though. That
Yeah.
store.
I lost my Louis Vuitton bracelet.
Really?
Yeah, I lost it. I don't know where it's at.
A moment of silence for Zach's Louis Vuitton
It's
bracelet.
okay. It was a stupid purchase.
Yeah. That's a lesson learned.
Yeah, lesson learned. I'm never gonna.
Is
buy
that
designer.
like? And that's why you stopped gambling. Lesson learned.
Even if I had like a shit.
You guys thought gambling. Oh, this gambling is easy, and then you lost all your money. You guys had won.
I just.
I'm like all time down $200. What?
I'm
No,
all
that's
time
not
up-
bad.
I'm all time up like 100 still.
Okay.
I just
I
throw
just-
big money. And
Yeah.
when I go up big, I go. I throw,
You think you have the luck of your dad? That's the problem.
No, I
Nah,
make a
he
lot.
has some pretty.
Yeah.
I
You'd,
makes money.
you'd
He
have
just
some
makes-
good ones.
He just makes dumb decisions when he's up a lot. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
when I'm up a lot, I'll throw like.
Because that's what they count on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They're like, sure, I just made 400.
How is
I'll.
City gonna tie Leipzig and Nottingham in the same week? How's that my fault?
See, I never bet teams that I like.
Oh, I do. City makes me all my money.
No, I can't do that.
Napoli's a cash cow this year.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm still
absolute
up, but I
cash
don't bet
cow.
very much. but-
Dortmund's undefeated this year.
Okay.
Yeah. We're gonna break that. No, we're not.
Okay.
We're gonna fuck Chelsea.
All right, what are the topics?
Wow. Okay. Yeah, we got topics.
So it's just.
And we have no
topics,
back. We don't even know what these topics are.
I
These
only
are
know what the
surprise
topics
topics.
So this one, I think this is. I saw this on a YouTube video, and I
Okay.
think this is a fucking phenomenal topic.
Okay.
If someone breaks into your house while you're taking a shit, do you wipe first?
Well, I actually just learned about this. You do not have the duty to retreat in your own home. You could act however you want. So you know what I'm doing? I'm wiping my ass, putting that on a bullet, and shooting that motherfucker with my
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's
Well,
not where I thought you were going with that, but
That's where
okay.
I'm going.
Interesting. You want my story
yeah,
here?
you can go first.
Okay, so I guess I'd have to think. I have because you know me. I need clarification questions.
Yeah.
I need more details. So like, is it like right now? Like today? It's tonight. I'm home. I'm taking a shit, and someone breaks into my house.
Just whenever, just at some point throughout the day, doesn't matter. No specific time. Just you're taking a shit.
But it's at
somebody-
this point in my life.
Yeah, like right at this point in your life.
Okay,
Yeah.
and like, is mom home?
I mean.
So
sure.
if mom's home, I'm not wiping. I'm going out there. But I have an idea. Because you could do both, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, let's be honest. You come out with the toilet paper
With the shit
that
all
you
over
just
it.
wiped, right?
Yeah.
And then you're like, here you go, right? And you're like, I feel like I don't care. It's up of a burglary. You're like, oh, no, I don't want that. And you might scare the guy away. This
Or
guy's
even-
crazy.
even
He's
better.
trying to rub used toilet paper
Even
in my
better,
face.
you grab the toilet paper. If you're not done, you shit on your hand, and you grab the pit's poop, and you throw it at him.
Dude, what? Okay.
That's too much.
Is
Like,
it a messy shit or like a clean shit?
Well, let's go with the normal shit, like a standard shit.
I guess ultimately, like, if you've got to protect your family and on your shit, you gotta get in
Yeah.
it.
See, like
You can
if-
always clean it up later, right?
Yeah. See, like
That's-
if I'm in the middle, if I'm living like alone, and I'm in the middle of taking a shit, and I see somebody, I'm like, hey, just don't steal anything super expensive.
Don't take the Xbox.
Just don't take the Xbox or a TV or the laptop. Like anything else is fair game.
All the things that they would want to steal.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think that's what they're taking. And thanks for telling them that you have those items.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Don't take my
No, I
beer.
can't back on Charlie doing anything. I'm just gonna pet him.
What?
Echo.
Oh, your dog.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Echo's just gonna bark like crazy. Then
Well, but that
nothing.
could
It's a
be.
female, should
Yeah.
be fine though.
But the dog, yeah, but no, because if it's a guy, Deco's going to lose her marbles. So maybe that loud barking will scare. I to be honest, I feel like if you like were in my driveway and you heard Echo barking and you heard the dog next door Maya barking,
You're like, I'm gonna go somewhere else.
you're not coming in my driveway because that dog barks at me when I'm washing dishes in my sink, like because she can see me. I don't know what she's like a Great
It's fucking
Dane.
big.
She's a
That's all
big
I know.
dog.
It's a
Like
big
she's like
dog.
one of the biggest dogs I've ever seen.
Fucking
And
guard
she's like
dog.
looking through the fence. She's like eyeing me through
Yeah, so-
the hole in the fence. I'm in my house. She's barking at me in my window. I'm like, I'm in my house. I'm washing my dishes.
They have like a gate on their garage.
Yeah.
So they have it like chained closed or whatever.
Yeah.
And then like in the corner, because there's kind of a little bit of a gap, they have like just two like buckets just stacked up. With I don't know what I'm assuming there's something heavy in it to keep it there, but the
think
dog
they're
just
full of
like
stone.
pops up on that corner, looks through the gap. If it sees somebody in the house, without fail every time. I'm like, oh my god!
And
It's
then
like,
then the mom yells like, Miss Parker, stop it. And then he stops. She stops. So. But it's actually a very nice dog. I mean, it's not doesn't seem like it's violent or anything, but I think it scares people away.
it's just protective.
Yeah.
Are you wiping them?
Oh yeah, we
I
didn't ask
think.
you.
I mean, it depends on the situation.
He's not even.
but-
Have you? How many times you waited for him to come out of the bathroom? He's not even leaving the bathroom.
That's why he said, just don't take anything expensive. I still got an hour to go.
That's why you have insurance. Just buy a new one.
Oh,
Buy a
She'd be
new
like,
one.
just don't steal my account. I'm like, if you take the Xbox, just don't steal my account at the very least.
Isn't it all saved online?
I mean, yeah, but if he has
You
my
can change your
account-
password.
yeah, you have a password on your account.
No, I don't.
Oh, thanks for just inviting everyone now to come steal it. To
You don't know
steal.
where we live.
I don't know. Like, how hard could it be to figure out? You better put a password on that. What the hell's wrong with you?
You don't need a password.
I don't know. Okay. I
used
don't
to
have an
one.
Xbox. I don't know. I don't know.
I used to have one. Now I just have it so it automatically signs into my account. 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
so much easier.
yeah, it's like I'm the only person that uses my Xbox now. Like when I shared with Christian, I didn't really do that, but now that I don't share, it's like okay.
All right.
So
Well, we handle that one.
yeah.
What else you got?
So would you rather go to jail for a year, or go to jail until you finish a Rubik's Cube?
Which jail?
Just whatever jail you want.
Like a jail in Sweden? Because those jails are cool.
We're gonna say a standard American prison.
Oh, Rubik's Cube.
Like federal prison or state?
Either.
Well, federal's
A
better.
jail is local. That's a county.
Oh, see, well, that's what we get now. We got Mr.
Sorry.
Oh, we got Officer
Jail,
Cease now.
prison. We'll go with the prison. then.
Sorry.
Oh, I'm not going upstate. Fuck
No, I'm
that.
not going. You mean like Attica?
Yeah, let's say Attica, just for
Oh, I
just
don't
for
know.
the.
Well,
just for
okay. So here's the question: Do I have access to like? I'm assuming as a prisoner, because again, I need clarification.
Yeah.
Do I? Because like prisoners have access to internet, right? No. I thought they had some access to internet.
They have a tablet, but they pay for apps. They pay for little games.
But I guess my point is, can I Google how to solve a Rubik's
No.
Cube?
You don't get Google.
Can I have someone bring me those instructions when they come for visitation? Because otherwise I don't think I could figure it out. I don't think I would be able to. What?
You could ask a CEO.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can I hire somebody to like?
I guess my question would be: am I allowed to take the individual pieces off the Rubik's Cube and put it in the right spot?
To me, that's a puzzle, and you solved it.
What?
It's like down. Over,
I know you have to get like the
switch it.
flower at some point.
What?
There's like some point you're supposed to get to like you're supposed to have like a I think it's white center and yellow and like
Pretty sure
the
it's just-
sides.
There is a pattern that someone
Yeah.
figured out that eventually, if you just keep following that pattern, eventually it sorts itself.
It takes
Yeah.
less than a year.
See, I
It
don't-
takes a day.
I feel like if you just did that pattern this through randomness, it would eventually end up just getting there.
Yeah.
See, I'm gonna be honest. I think I'm just taking the year in prison. I don't think I'm gonna solve the
Really?
Rubik's Cube.
You don't. How?
I
I met
don't-
a lot of random people that know how to do a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I guess if I could if there's like a prisoner that happens that I'm with that happens.
There's got to
know
be
how
someone in the yard
Yeah, like
that
there's
you
like,
can
there's somebody
trade
in the
cigarettes
yard.
with for their
Yeah.
knowledge
So
of.
well, I
Give
guess
them
for
some
the
soup. Yeah.
Give him some soup.
But
Make him some prison yard liquor. Is that a thing? Hooch. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just jail.
With like a sock. And
it's just like orange juice and bread. It's all.
I'm just learning so much tonight.
It's disgusting.
Well,
there you go.
Speaking of prison, I watched The Prestige last night.
What is that?
Okay.
That's a Christopher Nolan movie.
Yes.
With Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, and it's like the two rival magicians. You haven't watched The Prestige?
That's a good one.
It's really fucking good.
And David Bowie's amazing in that movie.
Yeah, David Bowie plays Nikola Tesla. Super random.
Special appearance by Michael Caine.
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's whenever Tesla was around.
It's set around 1900.
So basically, the movie starts off with
No spoilers.
yeah, spoiler warning, I guess. Going ahead, but the movie starts off with
I don't want to watch it.
It's worth to watch just for the great ending.
Yeah, the ending. It's a classic magician movie where it's like the end of the trick is like shows everything cool. So
And the prestige is part of the
yeah
act of doing magic.
yeah. So like it starts off with they have like this. It's like called like I can't remember what they called the trick, but it's like they have this like this typical like escape from the water tank or whatever. Like you get knotted or whatever. So Christian Bale's character is like responsible for one of the knots. And then Hugh Jackman's wife that goes in the water tank, and she doesn't get out. So then she just drowns. Like they try to like break her out, and she drowns by the time they like break the case open or whatever. So then like at the funeral, like Christian Bale character goes to the funeral, and Hugh Jackman's like which knot were you responsible for? And he's like I don't remember. So basically Hugh Jackman like makes it his like career goal to like never let Christian Bale's character be like a famous magician. So then they basically just go back and forth with like fucking with each other. And like stopping each other from being successful or whatever. So then eventually Christian Bale's character makes this trick called the teleporting man, where it's like it has like one box and there's like another box, and he walks in the door of one box and comes out the other one. And they don't know how he does it. But Michael Caine, who's Alfred in The Dark Knight, who's pretty much in every Christopher Nolan movie. He's like he just has a double. And Hugh Jackman's character is like there's no way he has a double. Like it can't just be a double. So
they literally are like talking to Nikola Tesla to have like
right.
all kinds of like sci-fi.
So he's so Hugh
weird.
Jackman. They basically find a guy that it is Hugh Jackman that plays the character. Yeah. But basically, they find somebody that looks like Hugh Jackman, so they can just do the trick with the double. And the way they do is they have like a trap door, so that when the door opens, it covers the trap door. He drops down onto like a mat, and then the other one goes up and walks out the door. So Christian Bale's character knows exactly how he does it. So eventually, the one day when he decides first he was gonna just drop it because people thought his trick was better, but then Hugh Jackman's character was like obsessed with not being the one on stage and taking his bows from underneath the stage. So at one point, Christian Bale's character like goes meets the other guy that Hugh Jackman's character is like working with. It's really the other Hugh Jackman character or whatever. And then he takes the mat out from underneath him. So when he drops, he just like breaks his leg. And then he goes up the thing, and then he drops down the other one, like, just tied up. And, like, shows that, like, the tricks just had, like, two guys the whole time, basically. And, like, ruins the trick. So then Hugh Jackman goes to Nikola Tesla or whatever and basically gets him to make this machine. And, like, they can't figure out the machine or whatever. So then he goes out into, like, the yard outside his house. And because they were, like, trying to keep copying his, like his top hat or whatever. Yeah. So they try a cat just to try and see if like it works any different with a living person. So they realize they accidentally made a cloning machine. So basically the way they end up doing the trick is that Christian Bale's character gets like arrested for and put in jail and hanged, is that the one drops into the water tank and then it locks, and the one that drops into the water tank just dies every time.
So they were making clones and killing them just for the trick.
Yeah, and then he pops up at the top of the theater and like does like the ta-da kind of thing. But the thing is that they don't know which one goes where. So it's like there's like a scene at the end where he like talks about like goes up and she shoots Hugh Jackman or whatever because he made the greatest trick of all time. He's like, you don't know what it's like to take a risk for your magic or whatever. He goes, I take a risk every time I walk into that machine because I don't know where I'm gonna end up every time because it doesn't. Like sometimes I guess sometimes he teleports, sometimes he stays there. I guess we don't really know which one's which because it's just a clone that has the exact same memory, exact same thoughts and everything.
It's based on a true story.
Yeah.
No,
No,
it's not.
it's not. And then basically,
It's a great movie.
At the end, Christian Bale reveals that the whole time there was
He was Batman.
There was no magic or anything. It was just a double. So then the guy that was his assistant, like his manager or whatever, was just his twin brother. It turns out the twin brother was the one that was in jail and got hung and died. And like it was
basically double all along. Like so, the guy went through all this crazy shit. The irony was that he did all this crazy, and it was the simple solution all along.
At the end of the movie, you see there's a Hugh Jackman clone in the water tank, but you see his eyes open.
Yeah, but he didn't die.
Because he did so.
That's because he's full of vibranium.
At the beginning,
that's a different movie.
There's a scene where he's just dipping his face in the sink. And I think trying to see how long he can breathe, because by the time he comes out, he's like breathing super heavy.
Right.
So I think he basically taught himself how to breathe for a stupid amount of time. So the one that's in the water tank is the actual Hugh Jackman, and then the one he shot, the Christian Bale shoots at the end, which is the actual Christian Bale.
The Prestige 2.
Yeah. No. So and there'll never be a sequel. I mean, the movie came out in 2006.
Then you ruined it for everyone.
And I just said the whole movie.
It's a very good movie either way, though.
Yeah.
It's one of those movies. It's another Christopher Nolan movie. You got to watch like 5 times to really kind of catch all the nuances of it. That's why I like Nolan stuff.
It starts off really slow because at first like half an hour I was like, okay.
Well, but that's just part of the Nolan thing.
Once it picks up, it's like holy fuck.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're working your way through the Christopher Nolan movies.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen most of them already.
Okay. Well, I'm a Scorsese kind of guy.
Okay.
Nolan all the way.
What else you got? What you got? Any good stuff over there? What else you got?
Do have some good questions. Yeah. Let's see. Do we want a stupid one, or do we want
a stupid one? I'm always better with stupid. Stupid.
So
we'll do stupid, then a weird.
Do you know who Hasbulla is, Dad?
What?
Do you know who Hasbulla is?
Yeah.
So how many punches do you think you could take in the face from Hasbulla?
Me?
Just yeah.
Wait.
I mean, it's a general question for everyone. But
well, you start because I think I have to look this person up, so I make sure I know.
So Hasbulla is the guy that's like.
Well, let me look it up.
Yeah.
How do you spell it?
Yeah, he's with like a B.
H-A-S. Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 20.
How many punches in the face can I take from that guy? How tall is he?
like
a foot and a half.
He's not. That's not a foot and a half. He's like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he's 2 feet tall. Yeah. But the legendary Hasbulla.
What is his condition?
I don't know. Apparently, saw something that said that Messi would have the same thing, which I don't think is true at all.
Dude, no chance.
I'm like, there's no chance. I'm like, there's no chance Messi would have been 2 feet. I think he was 2 feet tall. I think he was
he is Russian.
Found him. Yeah.
So that's got to count for something.
Yeah, he punched Shaq in the face with no regard for human life. So
I'm gonna say just like 500.
How many before I get knocked out?
Just how many punches until you're like, okay, that's enough.
I'm thinking 500.
Well, I'm like 1. I really don't want to get punched in the face. Well, first of all I have is my looks.
Let's say
really that's all I.
What about $1,000 for every time he punches you?
$1,000?
Yeah.
See, I make money. I have money. $1,000 nothing. Like that's nothing.
I'm saying, give me.
I got stacks on deck, man. I got stacks on deck.
100 punches, then I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Say 500.
500, I think is crazy.
500 punches?
Dude, look at his hands.
I don't. He's got soft little like baby hands.
Dude, imagine like just your little finger.
Well, okay. Here's the thing. How many? Okay, let's again. How many? He's gonna get tired, right?
Yeah.
Because he's not in great shape.
I don't know, man. He punched Shaq.
Okay, did Shaq? I mean, once.
Did you also? There's the one guy who does like the Sunday conversations, Caleb Presley, whatever his name is. The guy's like long hair. He was like pulling his hair, like punching him. He's like, "Yo, stop it!" It was like super.
Well,
funny.
has he punched a bunch of people in the face before?
Yeah, he just goes around just punching people because he's not gonna do anything. So nobody cares.
I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go with. I'll go 9. I'm just gonna go 9.
$9,000? Not even.
No, 9 punches in the face.
We'll change it so it's $1,000 per punch.
$1,000 per punch?
Go 10.
Yeah. Come on, just at least get the 10 so you get the 10 grand.
What's my rent here at Emerge? I'll go 12. I'm gonna go 12 before I had enough of this.
All right.
Yeah, that's fair.
As long as I don't have anywhere to
I'm
go.
gonna go like 80, so I can buy my car.
If you go 80, are you gonna cash any of the checks? Are you gonna leave them sitting on
I'll
your?
leave them there.
Could you just cash your damn checks? Every time I talk to your father, he mentions that you don't cash your checks. Don't they have direct? Don't you have direct deposit? This is the modern. It's
jail in like 6 weeks, so I haven't set it
but it's direct deposit. Go to the accounting office. They got a form. You fill it out.
Yeah, but I gotta drive all the way to the jail.
It's 2023. Do you want to go to the bank?
I don't have to go to the bank.
Where do you deposit the check?
Mobile deposit, baby.
Well, true, but still, like they're on. Are they in your house or are they at the office?
Yeah, they're just at my house.
You got nothing better to do when you're sitting there playing Xbox?
I don't play Xbox 24/7.
See,
well, there you go. Then you got time to do it.
I'm reading
the whole county's accounting is off because ceases and cashing his checks.
If you were taking a shit and somebody broke in your house, you better get out your ass off the damn toilet because you're gonna go. They're gonna steal all your checks if you don't.
This is true. I know that they'll probably, but you're gonna get your money. But you guys are just like telling everybody everything. Well, the hidden keys under the rock next to the tree. You know, like.
Yeah,
I'm not breaking into your house. There's too many guns in your house.
Very easy to break.
I'm not breaking into your
don't
house.
Broadcast that part.
Oh, there's.
They don't know where I live.
No, I'm in him, not what you said.
I wouldn't break into anybody's house just on the principle that I don't know if the guy has a gun.
Yeah.
And one of the things I learned tonight is you can do whatever you want in your house. I don't know if that's true, but he's telling me that that's true.
Somebody's burglarizing, yeah.
Don't you have to prove that you're in mortal danger?
Not mortal danger.
I think that's by state, though, right?
In New York, you can.
Oh, well, I don't. That's where I live, so I guess I'm okay.
Dr. Barks, prevent or terminate.
Okay.
Do you want to know what they all are?
How many did you say, Zach? How many punches in the face you taking?
I'm taking like 100.
Oh, you're like going for the
let
big
me get
bucks.
100 grand. Like my face might be fucked up at the end, but
what
fuck
are you
it.
buying? Championship final tickets, Super Bowl tickets?
Fucking
Chelsea season tickets. That's what it's gonna be.
I mean, I gotta.
Not this year though.
I got World Cup final tickets. I gotta save up for already. It's already in the back of my mind. I got trips I want to go on.
Okay.
I got places I want to go.
We got to go back to that restaurant in Iceland.
Yeah, I'm gonna take her on a 2-week getaway.
The waitress?
Yeah. If somebody can figure out, I don't even know what the restaurant was called, but if somebody can from Iceland, if there's anybody from Iceland, there's not anybody from Iceland. I don't know. If you can figure it out, like just start sending me stuff on Instagram or whatever.
Just tell mom, because mom would figure it out. Dude, you tell mom the name of the restaurant, mom will have that girl's name figured out by the end of the evening. Mom's like, when mom retires from the school board, she should just be like a Facebook, like investigative person. She can figure out everybody, anything, however they are through Facebook.
Profiler.
See,
she's just really good at like
experienced
getting into like figuring out.
I think every girl should become a detective because the way they find people's Instagram
Dude,
shit.
I don't know. I'd be finding stuff fast.
People, I don't know. Every girl I've ever, people are like, well, I'll have like somebody I'm with like at work or whatever. They're like, well, that person was cute, and then like find that person with like just by like their first name within like 10 seconds. I'm like, I don't understand. Like I just don't. I'm like I just don't understand.
They're just better at these things.
They know something we don't.
They're more observant.
Yeah, and then there's me who I'm just like,
whatever.
I just go with the flow.
Okay. Yeah, well, enjoy your spending money.
Yeah.
When what's his face punches?
Hasbulla punches me 100 times. Yeah, but how far are we in?
We are 39 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess I'm pulling up another topic then.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ooh, let's see. Well, we can go. Let's do something recent.
Okay.
So, I'm sure any football fan has heard about Aaron Rodgers' recent getaway to an isolated room or whatever the fuck it was. Whatever his like 3-day isolation thing was or 4-day isolation. You didn't hear about that?
No.
So Aaron Rodgers, somebody asked him at the end of the season if he's going to be in Green Bay next year or not, and he said, I don't know, I'm going to go into like a 4-day isolation in a pitch black room and just think, just with my thoughts and figure out.
This guy does too much LSD. Bro.
Yeah, that guy's on crazy LSD. But anyways, how many days do you think you should spend in the Aaron Rodgers isolation room?
His
3 hours.
He went to the Sky Cave Retreat, which somewhere in southern Oregon.
Oh, that's how you know he's doing fucking drugs. He's in Oregon.
So he's in a pitch black room, and I think it's only like 6 by 8 or something. It's not big, and you have a sink and a toilet and a bed and a light switch. So you can turn the light on if you choose to, but it's highly discouraged. But you're allowed to turn it on so you can see what you're doing when you're brushing your teeth or going to the bathroom and stuff like that.
The thing is, he gets like noise and stuff, right? Like he can.
What?
He gets like noise. Like he doesn't have to just sit in like.
It's not soundproof.
No, it's not like soundproof.
I don't know.
Well, because
there's no television, no phones, no lights, no distractions. I don't know if it's soundproof.
Does he get a book?
Nothing. He's in the dark.
Yeah, I think you give me 20 minutes, I'm gonna be bored.
like 3 hours.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Just sit there and do nothing in the dark? Like, I don't.
You can easily get over an hour. Just take a shit.
I mean, yeah, but like.
But
like, how dark is it? Like, am I gonna be able
it's
to see?
It's pitch black dark.
So I'm not gonna be able to see the.
They
shit
feed
on my
you
toilet
the
paper
food
to
you
know
get.
how far.
You get your food through like jail movie style, where they open up a little door and they slide. You're in your food. You don't have any interaction with those people.
Give me like an hour and I'm out of there. I'm gonna take my shit.
I just don't have any interest.
No.
I have no interest in
I don't
that.
have
First of all, what am I thinking about? What is the full like? Oh, I'm a millionaire. What do I do?
Regardless
do
of
I
where
continue
I
making $50 million a year? Do I just?
Or do I go somewhere else to
or
make
do
$50
I
million
say
a year?
like just get over yourself? Maybe that's what he should just discuss for an hour. I think I'd be over it though in about. Well, I probably would take a nice nap.
Right.
So I probably sleep for about 6 hours. See, I wouldn't sleep before it. I wouldn't sleep like for days until I got there. And the first thing I do is like, all right, just I'm sleeping for like a day.
That would always make you bored.
And then when I turn the light switch on for a couple of minutes so I wouldn't go insane, just okay, I'm still okay. Like, you know.
I just don't know what the fuck I would do for like and just.
You're supposed to meditate and stuff.
Yeah, how the fuck do I meditate?
Well, you're supposed to. I would assume that you've learned to meditate before you go there.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to discover meditation.
I'm saying like 8 hours max. Anything over 8 hours.
I think after I woke up, I'd be like, all right, that's it. I got to go to bed. I got stuff to do.
I think without a nap, like normal sleep schedule going into it, probably 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's about it.
I'm saying like an hour.
I'd just get so bored.
I would be so bored.
I think I solve problems quick. So whatever he needs like 4 days to do, I'd probably do it in about an hour and a half. Be like, oh, well, there you go. Like, you know.
Well, the difference is he's entertaining himself. He's probably doing a bunch of fucking psychedelics. So then he's just seeing.
Well, you can't bring drugs with you. You have nothing. You don't bring anything in.
Well, I don't. I think he just paid him to
detoxing,
bring drugs.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's a detoxing experience, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If I was Green Bay, I'm like, listen. You can sit on the bench. You can play. We don't really care. Just make a decision. We're not wasting our time with you anymore.
Just let us know if you're coming back.
He's a free agent, isn't he?
I don't know. He's not a free agent. I think they have like $50 million cap on him or something.
Yeah,
Sure. It's like a lot of money for like guaranteed money.
Thing is,
it's will cost them a shitload of money to.
Well, because Allen's convinced that they're gonna get like 3 or 4 first-round picks if they trade him.
I don't know if they can afford to trade him.
Like he's 39 years old. Like I don't think.
Who wants a 39-year-old quarterback that likes to go sit in the dark for 4 days? Like, aren't you like,
a team who thinks they're a quarterback?
The Raiders. The Raiders will take him. Like, I don't know if the Raiders will.
Saints have a good team. They need a quarterback.
I don't know about that. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
How long? What'd you say? Like an hour?
Like an hour, and I'm like, yeah, fuck this. It's not worth it.
If you had to be trapped someplace for like 4 days. Where could you do it?
I'm throwing it back to an old podcast episode. I'm going the Vatican tombs.
The Vatican what?
The hidden like Vatican libraries. and stuff.
Oh, you just got it stuck in there for like 4 days. Get to wander around and shit.
Yeah. I would find myself.
So
I'd
are
be
we doing
busy
like
down there.
just like a specific building, like a city?
Yeah,
like,
well, not you can't wander a whole city. It has
A
to be
room.
like a building or a room or some location.
is
Area
it
51.
is it lame to pick the basement? Because I already did that when I had COVID.
Or with me bringing you sandwich meat.
yeah. Like,
Um,
I mean, I guess I don't think I just wouldn't have anywhere to take a shit. Like, or use the
I'm
bathroom.
assuming you're like wherever you pick, you're allowed to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
You get a shovel.
Because even those like stupid challenges where you have to be like in the RV and stuff, or like touch the whatever those ones where you have to touch the car, like even those things they give you you're allowed to go to the bathroom. You do get breaks, even though they say you don't. Like they have to give you those legally. Those contests you have
They
to.
leave it and they put a blue tent up, and they can still see your hand out, but through the tent, you're just. In
I
there.
thought most of those they give you an actual physical break.
Oh really? Oh,
I
was
think-
talking about like the Mr. Beast challenge.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that one, but I don't know. What do you got? Do you got a place you can think of?
I mean, like, I don't know. Like,
Mount Rushmore, the hidden room.
no, don't really care. Mount Rushmore is just over the top American propaganda.
I'm trying to think if there's a place that I'd want to go for like 4 days.
Like one specific building though, or like a block, or you know what? Give me. I'm picking. It's just boring. No, actually, it's not boring. Just put me out in the fucking like in the peninsula that we went to in Iceland.
Okay.
I know it's like the whole area, but like I won't go to any of the towns or anything. I'll just stay.
You
out
just
in
got
the-
a
in the
building you can
wilderness.
sleep in and get
Yeah.
out of the
I've
cold.
been building.
I
sleep
can
in, otherwise
respect
I just-
that.
I'm just gonna chill out in Iceland, basically.
What
It's
about-
when the northern lights are going on, so I can just sit outside at night and look at the northern lights.
What about like a Frank Lloyd Wright house?
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking like if I could be like I think the two things I'd probably pick would be something like a cabin somewhere, like out in the nowhere.
Actually, if I could pick like
Just a
something
cabin. Then
super-
I want heat and I want like a stove so I can cook and just sit and read. And I don't need any internet. If I want electricity, but if I could just listen to music, you know what I mean? Just listen to music and read a book or write or something. I don't want a computer. I don't need a phone. But I could be in isolation for like, I think I could do isolation in a cabin. If I had I had a book, some books and, you know, even like just, you know, like enough food, like I could just drink coffee and stuff like, something. I mean, just something where you kind of know it's like a safe place, but you could just kind of relax. The other thing is like, drop me in the Louvre for a week.
I was thinking, as much as I hate museums, I was thinking the Louvre for like.
But I think if you were there for a week and you know, like I'm just here for a week, I can really
Just as long as I
learn
have
all about
headphones, I
every
can, like,
single
listen to
thing in this
music.
place.
Yeah.
Like something like that would be kind of an interesting, something big like that where you could really explore all the history of that place. You would learn so much. Like, yeah. But can you read Latin?
No.
You got you need to like Google Translate on your phone or something.
Damn. Can you still learn Latin?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Really?
I know people that can speak Latin.
Because they taught it in church school?
Well, like I know priests that speak Latin.
Oh, yeah.
Like you can still, like nobody speaks it in the world. Like there's not a country that speaks Latin, but people can speak Latin. It's that's a dead language, I think they call it, but you can still speak it.
Yeah.
There isn't a country that speaks Latin,
Right.
but people learn Latin because it's the basis of a bunch
What
of
do people in Vatican City speak?
I don't know.
Italian.
Italian?
Like,
Talk like this. Huh? Where you want to go for dinner tonight?
bring me the pizza.
Why-
I'm the Pope.
Why
Bring
do
me
we
the
all have a
pizza.
stereotypical Italian accents, even though the Pope is from Argentina? So I don't know why, but hey, what's the matter with you?
Where is the pasta? Bring me
Yeah.
the pizza. Where is the wine? I need the body and blood of Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming that like, well, the masses are all in Latin,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. So I got a great funny story. So like years ago, when when my grandma and papa in Canada were still alive, we had to go for their anniversary mass in their church in Canada. So it was me, my two brothers, my mom and dad. I think I was probably like I was maybe a junior in high school or something like that. So we go to this mass in Canada, and the priest was Italian. And I think he was the priest that had married Grandma and Papa. So we're going through this mass, and I look at my brother Tom, and I'm like, "Is this a Latin mass?" And it wasn't Latin. The guy had been in America for like 45 years, and he still couldn't. He barely spoke any. He still had broken English, and he'd been in America, like Canada, for like 50 years, and he never got any better. He never lost the accent. Like, how do you not lose the accent if you're in a country for 50 years? Like, don't you start sounding a little bit more Canadian after 50, 60 years, whatever the heck he was here? But I honestly thought he was speaking in Latin. I thought it was a Latin mass, like in the old days when the Catholic masses were Latin.
I'd be very confused.
It was very confusing. I didn't understand a word that he said.
I sat through a Rome Culture and Society class where my professor was like straight from Sicily. And I didn't understand a word he said until the last 2 weeks of the semester. It was like right before so I think we had like 3 exams and a final in that class, and like right before I was like, I'm fucked. Like I'm not passing this class. And right before the 3rd exam, it like hit me like what he's like. I just learned how to understand what he was saying. I was like, oh, well, I mean, I could read the notes, but like I'm not a big reader, so like I like listening and reading at the same time. So I was like, oh, well, this is easy as fuck. So I got the test back. I got an 80. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I started studying for the final. I'm like, well, this all makes a lot more sense now. That I remember what he actually said. Like, I know I have notes, but like, I just like think back to what people say or whatever. I'm like, okay, this is super easy. Got like a 90 on the final. I was like, oh shit, like this is great. So I went from having like a D in the course after like the first half of the semester, and then like the first half until like the last 3 weeks.
What do you mean you had a D? You're grounded.
I got a B- in the class.
Okay. That's okay then.
So,
as Mr. White would say, C's get degrees.
They do. And I didn't even get a C. I got above a C.
There you go.
So,
not C's get degrees. That's not what I meant. Like C's. C's don't need no degrees.
There's 2 C's that have degrees.
Well, you're graduating tomorrow.
That's not a degree.
You're graduating?
Yeah, I guess it's cool.
Graduation party?
Yeah.
Cool. Congratulations.
Thanks.
There going to be cake?
No.
we're celebrating
then I'm not coming.
Just fortuitous.
Oh, that's even better.
Celebrating by watching John Jones reclaim the championship on Saturday night.
So that
You know, he does look
YouTuber he lost, huh? Jake
What?
Paul is it?
Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Good.
So
He's not a real boxer though. He was a YouTuber,
yeah,
right?
and the fact that it's a split decision, it's a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Aren't they always split decisions?
No.
I think every time I've ever seen a boxing movie, it's always a split decision.
Anytime there's an American ref, it seems like they always try to give the American the benefit of the doubt.
Goddamn Americans.
So it's like
America.
because it's always it's like there was like that fight, the other really big YouTuber fight between KSI and Logan Paul. We're friends now, ironically, but that the only one that gave Logan Paul that fight was the American. But both of them times it was by 1 point.
Interesting.
It was like 1 point. It basically did like the bare minimum score he could give, like for winning. This is basically what he gave.
Okay.
So it's a lot of shit that it was a split decision. Tommy Fury just showed like, okay, like you probably have more power than me, but I'm just gonna fucking outbox you for 8 rounds and just prove how much.
So is
better I
Tommy
am than
Fury
you.
good?
No.
Okay.
So
he's only getting to do this because his brother's a big star.
It's because Tyson Fury's arguably the greatest heavyweight ever.
Okay.
He's not probably, but
I didn't even know he had a brother.
yeah,
I didn't. I don't follow
Tyson?
boxing.
yeah.
Oh.
I know Tyson. I know who he is, but I don't know like his family structure.
Don't look
Yeah.
anything alike.
No.
Yeah.
Well, his
Tyson
dad's
Fury-
not a big dude.
His dad's like
Just stocky.
He's stocky, but he's not tall.
Well, it's funny because when we met those guys, when we saw those
I
guys,
think I was taller than John.
I was
Fury.
kind of
Same
surprised,
height.
like how big his. I mean, I knew how big he was,
Yeah.
but comparatively, like his dad was not a tall dude. I mean,
That
he was stocky.
That was maybe my height, maybe.
Yeah, he was. I don't think he might have been 5'11". Granted, he might be not. He's older, so maybe he's shrunk a little
He
bit.
probably
But,
shrunk a little bit.
but he wasn't nearly. Like, he's not even in the neighborhood of the height of his son.
Well, because
And how was his son, the brother, built?
Tommy?
Yeah. Is he more like the size?
He's just built like a fucking boxer. He's like 6
But is he
foot.
like the dad size?
He's like 6 foot, built like a boxer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
But-
it's not like that he has. Is the father has to be the because obviously you're significantly taller than me.
Right.
I mean,
But
Rich and
just-
I are the exact same size, and
It's
you
just
are.
that like he's 6'9".
you know,
Tyson's
Nurtured with
6'9".
Me and Joe's height. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
It's just tight. I mean, I was taller than you guys for the longest time too.
Yeah.
In high school.
Then you
it was
caught
like,
up.
Nope.
So.
But yeah, but because Tommy Fury went on Love Island, which I don't know if you know what Love Island is.
I know what Love Island is.
Yeah.
I'm not completely.
I don't know if you. Knew
I would
it.
never watch
Yeah.
it.
I've never watched it.
I've
There's
watched
certain
people
things
take-
I'm just not watching.
I've
I
watched
hate
people take the
reality
take the
TV
piss
shows.
out of it.
There are things I don't watch. Any of those kinds of shows I don't watch because they're stupid.
So I think
like
the show
90
stupid,
Day
but
Fiance or any of
that's-
those.
That's stupid.
Those are all
my
terrible.
parents watch
Anything
Below
where they're like, "Oh, I'm going to give you a rose."
so-
Anything like
So,
that, I
to be fair,
refuse
though,
to watch.
Love Island is fucking funny as fuck though.
Is
because the one
that
bit
the
they
one?
do-
What's the? Oh, go. You go first. I'm
so
sorry.
The one thing they do is they bring all the guys or all the girls, they bring them to they bring them like to 2 separate locations.
Right.
And then they introduce all new guys and all new girls for them to meet. So they're already like coupled up with somebody beforehand, and then they go and they split off and they meet completely new
But don't they
people.
know that's going to happen
Yes,
though?
but it's whatever. But they
What
but
was
they-
the show where it was all the women and then it turned out that all the men were all their sons? What was that?
I don't know.
There's a show. There was definitely a show, and I can't think of the name of the show.
What were they doing?
There
on that
was.
show?
So what the show is? There's all these women, and I think they're milfs or whatever. It's like they're all. Oh my!
Yeah. Clip it. Clip it. You said Lois?
Anyway.
Sorry.
All right. So anyway, so all these women that are the contestants, when they do the big reveal of all the men that are on the show, all of the men are the children of all the women. So every single woman, one of the men that they obviously they're not going to pick their own children, but they would have to be picking the children of one of the other women.
That's
Was
so
Zach
weird.
Wilson on there?
I was
I,
gonna
well,
say-
Zach Wilson would be really happy if he was on that show. Like so.
But I was
And
gonna
I
say-
won't watch it. So I won't watch anything like that, and I won't watch Euphoria because that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But that bit that I was saying is fucking funny because so they do it. They have them go off. They have them like mingle with whatever. And some people like Tommy Fury did that. And he like when he was on the show. I didn't watch the show or whatever when he was on it. But I guess he like because he married he just had a kid with the person that he met on Love Island. So like he's actually like one of the successful relationships off Love Island. And him and his wife are both like probably the 2 biggest Love Island stars ever now.
Okay.
But so like he went to it's basically.
You seem to know a lot about the show.
I've watched people just make fun of the show. I've watched like a whole season of Will and E and James.
I walk
Barry
downstairs
making fun of
enough
the
to see
show.
what he's watching on TV, and he's never had that show on.
No, I don't watch the show. I watch somebody on YouTube make fun of the show as it goes on. So I know from like a funny stance. So they literally have them like meet a whole new girls, and then they film everything they fucking do. So even if they go back to the old girl, like it's like okay, yeah, it's great when they like recouple or whatever back there, or like sometimes they go back and they like recouple with the new girl, or the girl recouples with the new guy. So then somebody's just fucking heartbroken. But then they have a segment later where they have like a movie screen and they show everybody what they did. So even if they were fucking loyal, if the one girl like got with the guy, they show it, and so it's just like what the fuck. Like they literally just torture those people for fucking like a month or two.
I just don't
straight.
understand
It's
like
so
why
funny.
anybody would do it because like,
I
it
don't
just
know.
doesn't
It's
seem
just
like-
people that are fucking so.
Is
up
there
their
any
own
reality
ass.
show you would do?
I don't think so.
Back in the day, like, and I haven't watched the show in probably like 20 years. Like, I probably back in the day think I could have done Survivor. I haven't watched Survivor in 20 years, so I don't know what it's like. But I think I could have done Survivor. Back, like, 20 years ago, I could have done Survivor.
Fear Factor.
In my 30s, I could have definitely done Survivor. Not now,
Have
but
you ever
back
watched
then.
Fear Factor?
No, I
Just
couldn't.
watch the first episode.
No, I remember the show, but I couldn't watch. I could never do anything on that show.
The
I'm
first
not eating a
episode.
roach or going into a tank and drop spiders on me. I don't need to be like traumatized and like Indiana Jones, like when he falls into the vat of snakes. That would be like scream. I'd be like fearful of
The
snakes.
first episode, they tie your hands together and you get pulled by a horse through mud, and it just tears your whole torso up.
Why would
I would
anybody
have that.
like? What's fearful? Like
That's not fearful.
you
That's
should
just
be
torture.
scared. Like you should be fearful
That's
of
just
being
torture.
towed by a horse. Like what is this? Like what movie am I? What am I in? Like Westworld? What am I in? What's this thing I'm in?
I think reality TV is the biggest cancer to society.
It was for a while, like again, 20 years ago, like it took over, and they were like, there'll never be regular shows again, and then really they're really all gone except for Survivor. I think they still do Big Brother, right?
Yeah.
I think most of them are gone.
Island.
Now they've merged into like things that are on like the Cooking Network, like Chopped and things like that. But
I like Chopped. I would do Chopped. I would lose, but I would do Chopped.
you would lose.
I would lose.
Unless it was egg based.
Unless I can make an omelet.
Cheesy
basically.
eggs. If it could be omelet.
The Great British Baking Show.
That's just
that
funny,
is
too.
jokes. They have jokes on that.
I've never watched that.
I would do like some cooking show that doesn't involve Gordon Ramsay. I don't need Gordon Ramsay calling me a fucking donut or
Hell's
saying,
Kitchen?
or saying my mom looks like a dog or something like that.
Hey, I'm
Something along
good
those
friends with
lines.
Chef Bobby, who was on Hell's Kitchen.
You were friends with Chef Bob, or you're friends with Chef Bob.
He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Actually, he's doing stuff at the jail.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're doing F bites at the jail.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good program. So.
Yeah,
All right, what else you got? Anything yet?
I think what time are we at? We're over.
We're about it. We're at 1 hour exactly.
That's it. Once we hit the hour mark, we're done.
That's it.
So thank you, Emerge. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Matt Johnson, BICBP.com. You know what we say every week? We promised we're not going to be more consistent. We promise you that we won't.
You promised to want to be more consistent.
Yeah, we want to be, but it's just not going to happen.
Hey, like Carlsberg said, we're probably the best inconsistent.
We're probably the
podcast
best
in the world.
inconsistent podcast
So,
available in
if you guys can
Denmark.
somehow make this my full-time job, you'll get a lot more episodes.
And if you've been to that restaurant in Reykjavik
Yeah.
with the cute waitress on the second floor,
Send me her Instagram.
Please Insta
I will
Zack.
give my entire life to go marry her and live in Iceland.
we should at least try to remember the name of the restaurant.
I tried to look it up, but I can't figure it out. I don't remember what the name of it was. So I can see the name. I don't think I'll know.
Do you
I just know it was.
remember where it was?
I just know it was.
It
the
was like
gastro
some-
pub.
but
That's all I know.
Yeah, it was
How many
gas.
But there's like 15.
I can
gastro
picture
pubs
it.
in
No, but I
Iceland.
can picture exactly where it is. I've got to dig the
Go
map
Google
out.
Maps and do it, yeah.
We got to figure it out on the map.
Call the restaurant. Oh.
But
What
you better
was-
work on your Danish though before you call the
Well,
restaurant.
I gotta work on my Icelandic. I got Danish. There's no point in learning Danish.
Oh,
just
that's
because
right.
Icelandic.
You're not learning. You're learning Danish.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to do
She probably
Icelandic,
knows
but they didn't
Danish.
have it. So
okay. Well, that's
Probably should know
there's not a lot of people in that country.
no, but there's a point of learning Danish that's useful in one country. It's just the heck.
Well, at
learn
least
a
but
whole different
Denmark's a
language.
much bigger country.
Yeah, I think German's gonna be my next language. When I try
German's
something
sick.
else.
You just got to sound angry.
Yes, right.
That's what it sounds
Oh,
like.
that's very rude to
Well, it is. It's kind of a. Whatever symbolically, whatever they call it. Like it's just a rough language to speak.
Yeah. So it's really hard to learn.
End
apparently,
up
so
spitting
I'm
in
gonna
people's
focus on it.
eyes because there's
Yeah.
a lot of whatever. Okay, Grogu,
All right.
take it easy over there. All right.
That's enough for this episode. We'll talk to you guys either next week or the week after or some shit like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out.